Hi fashion lovers, you're welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful and well fitted Princess Dart Bustier. This beautiful fitted blouse that I'm putting on. I'm going to be showing you the best way to achieve a Princess Dart Bustier that fits perfectly well. If it is something you are interested to learn, do well to watch this video to the very end. And if you find this video very interesting, don't forget to like this video and share as well. Leave your comment for me in the comment section. Thank you. Let's dive into the video. To get started, I have my pattern paper here. I have gone ahead to draft the front, the back, like the shoulder slope and the armhole of the front. And this is the shoulder slope of the back and the armhole for the back. So we're going to start with the front part now. So from the shoulder, you want to go ahead and measure shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to the under bust, shoulder to the waistline and the full length. And then you want to go ahead and draw your horizontal lines. So the next thing I want to do here is on the bust point. This is the bust point, this is the under bust, and this is the waistline. I'll go ahead and mark half of my nipple to nipple measurement to get my dart. So I marked it on the bust point, under bust, waistline, and the full length, and with my straight ruler I connected the lines. So I'll go ahead and label this so that you not get confused. The bust point, under bust, waistline, and the full length. So on the under bust, we are going to be doing under bust contouring. So from this part, I marked 3/4 of an inch, and towards the other side, I marked 1.25. So I want to use 2 inches as my under bust contouring. So towards the center front, I marked 3/4 inch, and that is this point. I marked 3/4 inch, but on the other part, I mark 1.25, making it 2 inches, which is going to be my under bust contouring. So and I took it down to the length of the dress. So I took it down to the length of the dress. So on the waistline, I will mark 1/4 of my waist circumference and add back the dart intake, 1/4 of your waist circumference plus the dart intake, and from the bust line you go ahead and connect. So on the length of the dress, I will mark 1/4 of my upper hip measurement circumference plus the dart intake. I will go ahead and connect like this. So after I'm done connecting, this is what I have. From the bust point, I came down by 3/4 of an inch, and then I would use my curve ruler and contour the under bust. So if you are on a medium size, I will advise you use 2.5 inches for your under bust contouring. If you're on a plus size, you can go ahead and use 3 inches. So from the bust point here, I will come down by 1.5 inches, which is my bust dart. So to get your bust dart, you have to measure the difference. You have to get the difference between your front length and the back length, your front waist length and the back length. Whatever it is your bust dart. The difference is the bust dart. So mine is 1.5 inches, and that is what I marked on that point. So the next thing is on the back part, you mark from the shoulder to your back waistline. So my front waistline is 15.5, my back waistline is 14 inches. So that's the difference, which is 1.5. So I've marked my back waistline. So I'll come to the front and measure the length between the waistline to the hem part. So it gave me 7 inches, and that is what I will come to the back waistline and mark. So from the front waistline, you measure from the front waistline to the full length, whatever value you have, you come to the back and measure it from the back waistline and measure it. So that will be the length of your back part. So from this point, I will measure my dart. So I'm taking that of 1 inch for the back part, that of 1 inch. So, and this is the chest line of the back. So the dart line of the back, the dart line of the back will start from the chest line like this. Then you want to go ahead and connect. So I took 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart. So I'm going to be stopping the dart on the hem part like this. Please note that this pattern does not have any sewing allowance added to it yet. So on the waistline, I will mark 1/4 of the waist circumference. On the hip line, on the hem line, I will mark my upper hip circumference, 1/4 of my upper hip circumference, and then I'll go ahead and connect. So on the waistline, I mark 1/4 of my waist circumference plus the 1 inch for that. So I've replaced the dart that I took on the waistline. So this is what I have. So I went ahead to trace this pattern on another pattern because the other one got stained. So I have to trace it on another pattern. So the next thing I want to do is remove 1/2 inch from the bust circumference, from the bust line, and add it to the front. See what I did? I went to the bust line or the chest line. I removed 1/2 inch. Do you see it? So that I remove 1/2 inch from the chest line of the back. I remove 1/2 inch and I went ahead to add it to the front. And the reason why I did so is because the bust is fuller at the front than the back. Although I have a formula on how I get this, but people complain about formula in pattern drafting. So this is like the best method I use, and I believe everyone can understand this method. So I took 1/2 inch from the bust line of the chest, of the back part. Now from the bust line of the back, I went inward by 1/2 an inch, took 1/2 an inch away, and I added it on the front now. So you want to go ahead and get the midpoint of your shoulder and measure a straight line to meet the bust line, just the way you do whenever you are drafting your bustier. So I want to go ahead and slash this point to the bust point, so I'll be able to close the bust dart. So I'll go ahead and close the bust dart. You can see I marked 1/2 inch on the bust, on the front bust. The 1/2 inch I reduced from the back is what I added on the front. So at this point now, I want to take 1 inch dart on this point, 1 inch dart on the shoulder line. You want to go ahead and connect. So doing this is going to eliminate excesses around that point. So the next thing you want to do is you want to extend your shoulder line, making sure you have the same shoulder slope. Then you want to go ahead and replace the 1 inch dart that you took, and then you connect it, link it to your armhole like this. That 1 inch dart that you took, you want to go ahead and replace it and link it to the shoulder and connect your armhole. I hope you understood what I did here. So that 1 inch dart that I took on the shoulder slope, on the shoulder, I went ahead to replace it but connected it back to the armhole. So doing this is going to eliminate excesses around the chest region of your bustier. It's going to eliminate excesses from the chest region. So the next thing you want to do is cut open here to close up this shoulder. So closing this shoulder up is going to help you to redraw the shoulder slope very well. So you can see I slashed the waist dart, and then went ahead to close this up. So I'll go ahead and reconnect my shoulder slope. I'll go ahead and reconnect my shoulder slope like this. So the next thing, I'll just go ahead and use my marker pen and highlighting the stuff that I have done so far. So this is what I have. So this method I'm using is the method I use to get a perfect Princess Dart Bustier or Princess Dart Bustier. So I'll come down here by 3.5. So if you are on a medium size, you can come down by 4.5. You can come down by 5.5 if you're on a plus size. So you want to go ahead and mark armhole your armhole princess line, your armhole princess line like this. So I'll go ahead and take 1 inch for the armhole now. So whenever I use this method, so my armhole dart is usually 1 inch. So you can as well use 1 inch. Then you replace the 1 inch. You want to go ahead and measure this point and measure the other line to get the length of the armhole. I believe you understood what I did here. So I came down from the armhole by 3.5 to mark my Princess Dart seam, and then I went down by 1 inch to take my dart, my armhole dart, and then I went ahead to reconnect it, and you can see me trying to blend this point. You have to go ahead and blend this point. So I will go ahead and connect from the chest, the bust line to the waistline, and then go ahead and connect the rest. So please remember that I took ½ inch from the back chest line and I added it to the front because our bust is fuller at the front than the back. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. You can go ahead and maintain your 1/4 of your bust circumference on both the front and the back is fine. But this is what I do that works for me. So I want to go ahead and take the neckline now. So from here, I don't really know the neckline that I want to mark. I marked 4 inches now on the width, and I came down by 6 inches. So this is me trying to get, so at this point I think I want to come in by 5 inches. So I'm using the width, the neckline width of 5 inches instead, and then I'll make a curve like this and try to turn my curve the other way around and make a curve. So I made a curve like this and turn the ruler the other side. So let me just do it again. I made a curve like this, flip my ruler the other side to get this neckline. So the width of the neckline is 5 inches, the depth is 6 inches. So from this point, I will go up by 2 inches to get a curve. This is optional. If you don't want the hem part of your bustier to be curvy, or you don't want it to have that curve shape, you can maintain your original line. So at this point, we are done, and I believe you learned something from what I have done so far. So this is what I do to achieve a well-fitted Princess Dart Bustier that fits them perfectly well. So I'll go ahead and cut out my pattern. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please do well to like this video. Please do well to like this video and leave a comment for me so that YouTube will recommend this video to other soulmates that might be interested. So you can go ahead and share this video as well. Thank you. Let's continue the tutorial. So after I was done, this is what I have. You want to go ahead and make sure you have this part to align well. If it's not aligning well, you might need to trim out excess on the bustier part, like on the center, on the side now, if it does not align. So this is the center front, this is the side front, and we will go over to the back to finish up with the back part. So as we came down from the back front by 3.5, we are also going to come down from the back by 3.5, and then you want to connect, but not with a very curved part of your ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and use my marker pen and I'm highlighting this part. So also here I'm going to come inward by 1/2 inch to eliminate the zipper bulging effect or the bulging effect at the center back. So after that, I want to go ahead and replace that inches, that 1 inch. You want to go ahead and replace it, the 1 inch that you took from the center back. You want to go ahead and replace it, and go ahead from the chest line, you connect to the waistline, and from the waistline you connect to the hem part. So this is the center back and this is the side back. You also come up here by 2 inches, just like we did for the front. You come up by 2 inches and make a curve there. So I'm also going to mark a neckline. So I'm going to be coming in by 5 inches. You know, the width of our neckline for the front was 5, so I came in by 5 inches, and the depth I use is 1.5 inches. So I went down by 1.5 inches to get my neckline. So at this point I'm done. I'll go ahead and cut out my back pattern. So at this point I wanted to blend this part so it will not be pointy. So when I was done, this is what I have, as you can see. So at this point we are done drafting this Princess Dart Bustier. So I want to go ahead and check that I have the same side seam. I have everything mashed up. So in case it does not mash up, I will have to trim. So at this point, I think I have excess from the front. So I will trim it off because the side seam must match. It just is slight just like 0.25 increase. Like the front is like 0.25 bigger. So that's what I cut off. So but it's very necessary you check. So at this point I am done. So this is the center front. You cut, unfold, add your sewing allowance, and for this part, the side front, you cut 2 pieces, add all your necessary sewing allowance. For the back part, you are going to be cutting the both of them in 2 pieces, and you add all your necessary sewing allowance. In my next video, we are going to be doing the tutorial on how to sew this, and this is a fabric I'm going to be using for it. Thank you, and see you in my next tutorial. Do well to like this video and share as well, and also subscribe to be part of this family for more interesting videos. Thank you, and see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.